Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small.
You got a love for boxing.
Yes, love boxing.
Who gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up. The biggest
Crawford.
fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo.
Come on, yeah, get it, 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 get it. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah, move out the way.
Stephen A. Smith is usually loud and animated, but on Andre Ward's All the Smoke Fight podcast, his tone was calm as he spoke about Crawford versus Canelo. He looked straight into the camera and made a bold prediction that immediately shook the boxing world.
Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo.
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. Now let's be clear. Stephen A. is not just a casual boxing fan. He has covered legendary fighters for decades. He has been ringside for Mayweather, Pacquiao, Tyson, and now Crawford. His opinion carries weight in both mainstream media and boxing circles. What made this moment so surprising was not only the prediction itself, but also the way he explained it.
Him.
That's right.
When I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway for crying out loud.
Right.
It's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yeah.
Smith admitted what fans and fighters have been saying for years. Canelo Alvarez is almost impossible to knock out. His chin is solid and his toughness is well known. But Stephen A. highlighted something important that many ignore. If you can box and move, you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's not beating Crawford. I will confess, I think Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, stronger fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's gonna go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight.
Smith pointed out Crawford's brilliant footwork, his skill to switch stances in the middle of a round, and his natural control of distance. Then came the sharper take, a critique that hit harder than any punch. Smith argued that Canelo's focus on power could be his biggest weakness. Every punch he throws is heavy, loaded, and punishing, but also predictable. According to Smith, that style is perfect for a fighter like Crawford, who relies on precision, timing, and finding openings. If every punch is thrown with power, that's not the way to beat Crawford.
And Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always ready.
Always prepared.
He's always ready. He's always
that.
prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter, though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster.
But just when it seems Stephen A. has completely picked a side, he adds a word of caution. Canelo is naturally the bigger and stronger fighter, and that makes a difference. Smith echoed the warning from Gervonta Davis's trainer, saying that if Crawford gets dragged into a brawl instead of sticking to boxing, the size gap could become a serious problem. He said he doesn't care that Crawford has put on weight, because Canelo is used to fighting at that size while Crawford is not. It was a rare moment where Stephen A. showed balance, belief in Crawford's skills but also respect for the risks. And as fans look ahead to Crawford's training footage on September 13th, his comments have only added more heat to an already intense build-up. Then came the footage. No press release, no flashy promo, just a raw training clip of Terence "Bud" Crawford. And it drove fight fans wild. In the video, Crawford wasn't just working out, he was moving with unmatched focus. Sharp pivots, perfectly timed slips, explosive combinations, and angles most fighters wouldn't even attempt. This wasn't a fighter simply preparing. It was a master technician fine-tuning his craft. The boxing world was stunned by what they saw. Some called it the sharpest training footage ever, while others compared it to Mike Tyson's viral comeback clips when he hit the pads at 53 and had everyone's attention. But with Crawford, it wasn't raw power that stood out, it was control. He looked quicker than ever even after moving up to super middleweight. Every move was precise, with no hesitation or wasted energy. Most of all, he looked dangerous.
Move out the way! Yeah! 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 What you got? 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 Yeah! Yeah!
Some fans said it was the best Crawford has ever looked, even sharper than before he dominated Errol Spence. Analysts took notice, comment sections blew up, and suddenly Stephen A. Smith's prediction didn't seem so far-fetched. But not everyone agreed. As impressive as Crawford looked on camera, many pointed to a much bigger challenge hiding behind the speed.
When you have two great fighters, great things can happen. But I could see even Crawford getting knocked out like Amir Khan style though.
Do you give Terence Crawford any chance to beat Canelo?
I don't see it happening.
Former Canelo sparring partner Garcia was the first to raise concern, and he didn't hold back. He said straight up that Crawford could get knocked out the way Amir Khan did. Garcia has trained with Canelo and felt the power of those compact punches. With Crawford moving up 3 weight classes, this will be the first time in years that Canelo is the naturally bigger man in the ring. No catch weights, no limits, just raw power and a statement to make.
He could definitely prove me wrong, but I just think, bro, like, I mean, I've trained with Canelo, I've been around him. Bro can really push back heavyweight, so I don't know how he's, like, because this is the first time Canelo's actually bigger than somebody in a long time. So it's like the weights are lifted off, and now he could fight even more freely, you know?
I've trained with Canelo. He can push back heavyweights. This is the first time in a long time he'll get to fight that way again. But the concerns weren't only about size.
Man, when you talking about these big fights, you whispering. You talking, huh? You said Canelo and Crawford?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. That's the biggest fight, you know what I mean, in boxing right now. Canelo and Crawford. Crawford stepping up. Man, it's so big, you got Muhammad over there saying something about it. That's how big it is.
Bill Haney, father and trainer of undisputed champion Devin Haney, took it further by raising concerns beyond just weight. In an interview with pro boxing fans, he warned that Crawford should be ready for more than a boxing match. He hinted at the doping controversies that have followed Canelo's camp over the years, especially linked to his longtime trainer Eddie Reynoso. When asked if Crawford has more to worry about than just boxing, Haney's answer was clear: absolutely.
Came off the bench from the 60s, right, Muhammad? You go back in the 60s? Yeah, well, listen.
60 years of boxing.
Canelo is big. And shout out to Crawford stepping up. But does Crawford have to be worried about more things than just boxing?
Uh-oh.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. Let's go.
I didn't say he has to do any accusing, nor we would do that, but I'm saying is, let's worry.
Haney didn't make direct accusations, but the message was clear. Several fighters from Reynoso's camp have tested positive in recent years, including one just last month. That raised fears that Crawford could be up against not only a bigger opponent, but also a dirty game behind the scenes. The advice was simple: be careful, stay ready, and at the very least sign up for year-round testing. Now the fight is about more than legacy or titles. Crawford is stepping into hostile territory, and the doubters are louder than ever. But he refused to bite back. No rant, no insults. Instead, he posted his Veda test results for everyone to see, solid proof that he's clean.
Slap Steven so hard. Yeah, that look real. They here to test me for steroids.
Let's go. 1, 2, 10, man.
Then Crawford turned to the real issue. On a podcast with Dan Raphael, he explained that this camp is different. It's a rebuild. No crash dieting, no cutting muscle, just a careful plan to reshape his body. He said he doesn't have to worry about losing strength or making weight. and while he didn't confirm if he'll come in at the full 168 or slightly under to keep his speed, he made it clear the team has time to decide. What caught even more attention was his comment on where the fight will be shown: Netflix. At a time when pay-per-view is fading, Crawford called streaming the future of boxing. This fight isn't just a showdown, it's a shift in the platform itself. Millions will be watching, many without paying, and Crawford will be at the center of it all. While critics focus on doping, weight, and knockouts, he stays locked in, and the numbers speak louder than words. For months, boxing critics and bitter YouTubers pushed the same story. They said nobody cared about Crawford versus Canelo. They argued the hype was missing, Netflix was just a gimmick, and the fight was a mismatch and a cash grab. But that narrative has now been completely destroyed. Official venue reports show that more than 52,000 tickets have already been sold for the September 13th fight at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. With 40 days still to go, only 2,713 seats remain. To put that in perspective, that's more tickets than most stadium concerts sell altogether. Even the upper-level seats are priced at over $650, while resale prices are already topping $2,000. This isn't just hype. This is real demand. Fans are locked in and ready to show up.
Performance bonus that night is going to be over 6 figures. We're still talking about it. So, yeah, it's going to be a big number. Whoever wins the performance bonus of the night that night.
So the next time someone says no one cares about this fight, just point to the numbers. The doubters talked, the haters speculated, but the fans showed up long before the Canelo buzz, the stadium sellout, and the viral training clips. Terence "Bud" Crawford was already building his legacy, and his last fight may have been his most defining moment yet. When he faced Errol Spence Jr., the world expected a war. Both were undefeated, both held belts, and both were seen as pound-for-pound greats. But what happened shocked even the toughest critics. Crawford didn't just win, he dismantled Spence. Round after round, he adapted, pressured, countered, and broke down a fighter many thought was his equal. It was precise, it was ruthless, it was a masterclass.
Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. for providing us an unbelievable night of boxing here in Las Vegas.
After the fight, when asked to rate Spence, Crawford didn't brag or belittle the man he had just dominated. Instead, he gave him a 10 out of 10, calling him a unified world champion who tore through the welterweight division and defeated multiple former champions. That level of humility only comes from total control and confidence. But while some focused on what Spence couldn't do, others zeroed in on what Crawford did.
Patient enough, he knows what he needs to do, but if he prepares for one thing, you come to the ring and do something different, that I know what it was that night. That night, he knew he had to impress, and he knew that, you know, if you know Terrence's style, he's trying to line up that straight left, you know, and he got to a point where that became, I gotta have this firework at the end of the night, and that's what he was stuck on.
Former welterweight champion Sean Porter, who faced both men, gave one of the clearest insights into what makes Crawford so dangerous. Speed makes power, he said. Terrence's power is like a whip. It's hidden by speed. You don't see it coming, but when it lands, it hurts. That line stuck with fighters and fans alike, because Crawford isn't about one-punch knockouts. His strength lies in how he delivers shots, fast, precise, perfectly timed. A quiet kind of violence that you only feel once it's already too late.
Don't make that kind of mistake against Canelo Alvarez. And again, you know, coming to the ring, I don't think he expected Madrimov to have this counter-punching style that he came to the ring with, you know.
Now add this. 41 wins, 0 losses, 31 knockouts, world titles in 4 weight divisions, an undisputed champion in 2 separate classes. No one else in boxing has done that, not even Canelo. This isn't just momentum, it's dominance. Crawford is at his peak, with every weapon in his arsenal and a chip on his shoulder the size of a championship belt. And just when it seemed his respect couldn't climb any higher, an unexpected compliment came from the last person anyone thought would give it. In a recent feature with the Ring magazine, Canelo Alvarez, rarely one to hand out praise, looked back on the legendary fighters he's faced in his 65-fight career. Floyd Mayweather, Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, Erislandy Lara, the list goes on.
With Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, Bernard Hopkins, Floyd Mayweather. Damn, you know.
Then calmly, he named Terence Crawford as the best of them all. Better than Bernard Hopkins, better than Oscar De La Hoya, better than Felix Trinidad, better than Dmitry Bivol. And then came the real shock, better than Floyd Mayweather. Let that sink in. Mayweather is the only man to ever completely outclass Canelo, yet Canelo now says Crawford is on another level. Is this genuine respect, or part of a bigger strategy? It wouldn't be the first time Canelo used this approach. Boxing fans know the playbook. It's the same one Mayweather used. Build your opponent up, give him status, make the world believe he's untouchable. That way, if you beat him, you get full credit. But there was more. In a clever silent reaction challenge by The Ring, fighters were asked to stay quiet if they believed their upcoming opponent was greater than a past legend. If they disagreed, they had to say the legend's name out loud.
Oscar De La Hoya,
Better than Canelo.
Manny Pacquiao, Dmitry Bivol,
Better than Canelo.
Artur Beterbiev, Bernard Hopkins, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Better than Canelo.
When Crawford was asked if Canelo is greater than Manny Pacquiao, he stayed silent, meaning yes, he believes Canelo is. But when asked if Canelo is greater than Oscar De La Hoya, Crawford spoke up. Oscar, he said, showing he doesn't think Canelo is the best he's faced. Then the camera turned. Canelo was asked the same about several legends, Hopkins, Pacquiao, Bivol, Mayweather. He said nothing. Not a word. Canelo either believes, or wants the world to believe, that Crawford is better than them all. Whether that's genuine or just smart promotion, one thing is clear, he's not underestimating his opponent. If anything, he's putting him on a pedestal, so if he beats him, the credit will be undeniable. Stephen A. Smith is backing Crawford to outbox Canelo. Garcia warns he'll get folded like Amir Khan. Bill Haney raises suspicions about doping. Crawford shuts critics down with clean test results and elite training footage. Canelo, the super middleweight king, calls Crawford the best he's ever faced, even greater than Mayweather. And now the world is locked in. This isn't just a fight. It's the collision of legacies, platforms, and eras. A streaming giant in Netflix, a stadium filled with more than 50,000 fans, and two future Hall of Famers battling for more than belts. They're fighting for history. A viral training clip, a sold-out arena, and a shift in boxing's future. Crawford vs. Canelo is no longer a fantasy. It's real. And it could redefine boxing in the streaming age. If this is the calm before the storm, then September 13th might be the night the sport changes forever. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. For the latest boxing news, big moments, upcoming events, and fight coverage, make sure to subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Check out our other uploads for more great content. Until next time, peace out.